Leonardo had a plan to make history. He would marry his mother, Veneta, and believed it would be the best decision of his life. But what no one knew was that he was hiding a shocking secret, one that would turn everything upside down on their wedding day. Miguel and Veneta had been close since childhood, growing up together in a tight-knit mining town where their families had always lived side by side. "You're so beautiful, and I'm going to marry you someday," said 10-year-old Miguel. He also told Veneta that he would one day build her a castle. "How?" she asked innocently. "I don't know, but I will," Miguel replied. Then he grabbed her hands, and they played hide and seek in a nearby garden. And so this love story began. At 28, Miguel proposed to Veneta, and the two had a grand wedding celebration. By then, Miguel had followed in his father's footsteps, working for the local mining company. After their wedding, the couple moved into a cozy, company-provided home, a modest yet charming place to start their new life together. The mining job was grueling, and unlike his father, Miguel struggled physically, frequently complaining of aches and pains. Still, he pressed on, determined to support his family. 5 years later, while he and his colleagues were working, a sudden landslide struck, leaving only a few survivors, including Miguel. Following the incident, Veneta urged him to leave the dangerous job and pursue something safer. Though he didn't quit, Miguel took a significant step, purchasing a plot of land with dreams of starting a horticulture business. For now, he left the land untouched and continued his work at the mine. Little did he know that land would eventually pave the way for his dreams and provide his family with the life they had always wanted. 7 years later, the couple had 3 children: Princess, Jonathan, and Leonardo, their youngest. It was Leonardo who would later take his mother to the altar for a shocking reason. Miguel continued working at the mining company while Veneta cared for the children. Unfortunately, one evening, Miguel was rushed home after sustaining a leg injury. The accident left him bedridden for several weeks, and once he recovered, his company asked him to take a few months off to rest. Growing tired of staying home, Miguel one day borrowed a mower, went to the land he purchased, and began plowing the field. 3 days later, while working on the land, Miguel spotted something unusual. It was a small rock, but its color was lighter than any rock he'd seen before. Suspecting it might be gold, Miguel started digging, and soon he found a tiny gold nugget. Filled with excitement, Miguel rushed home to share the news with his wife, and she was overjoyed. Over the following months, they discovered more gold nuggets worth a fortune, allowing the family to live comfortably without ever having to work again. Miguel finally built the castle he had promised Veneta in their youth, and the family moved in. Decades later, Miguel discovered another golden nugget, this one as large as a baseball. He hid it and disclosed its location to his wife. One day, while the couple discussed the golden nugget, Leonardo overheard their conversation. Later that evening, he asked his parents where they'd hidden the treasure, but they told him they would reveal its location to him and his siblings at the right time. "Okay, that's fine. I trust you both," Leonardo said, but secretly he began searching for the gold. Despite his efforts, he found nothing. Years passed, and Miguel and Veneta, now empty nesters, enjoyed each other's company. Their love for each other grew daily. Sadly, when Miguel turned 70, he fell ill. "Take good care of the kids. I don't think I'll be here much longer," he told Veneta a few months later. She told him not to say such things, but that night, Miguel passed away in her arms. Their children, now adults, flew home and gave him a proper burial. 2 weeks later, all except Leonardo returned to their lives. Now that Miguel was gone, Leonardo asked his mother about the golden nugget's location, but she told him it wasn't yet time to reveal it. Furious, he yelled at her and slammed the door. Miguel's death took a toll on Veneta. She spent nights reminiscing, sometimes even talking to him as if he were still beside her. She grew depressed and began losing weight. During this time, Leonardo paid no attention to his ailing mother. Instead, he spent his days searching the house and yard for the golden nugget. Soon, Veneta began showing signs of dementia. She paced around the house, talking to herself, and even forgot Leonardo's name. At times, she didn't recognize him as her son. Leonardo grew anxious that his mother might forget where the golden nugget was hidden, but each time he asked her, she would say, "I know where it is, but I can't tell you yet." He didn't take Veneta to the hospital, hoping she would eventually reveal the secret. Then, one day, something devastating happened. Leonardo overheard his mother laughing. It seemed as if she was talking to someone, yet he saw no phone. Strangely, she kept saying, "Thank you, Miguel. I can't wait to see you. I miss you so much." As soon as she finished, Leonardo rushed into her room, shocked to find her smiling radiantly. "Why are you so happy?" he asked. "Guess what? Your father will be back in 3 days. He went to Paris to get my wedding dress. I'm getting married to him in 3 days," Veneta exclaimed excitedly. Leonardo didn't correct her, but instead, he devised a devious plan. On the 3rd day, he dressed like his father, glued a beard to his face, and wore his father's hat. Then, he went to Veneta's room. As soon as she saw him, she jumped up. "Oh, my love, you're back. Did you bring my wedding gown?" Veneta asked. "Of course. I'd do anything for you," Leonardo replied. He then knelt and asked his mother to marry him, and she happily agreed. He handed her the wedding gown, and she looked like a queen in it. That evening, Leonardo rushed to the church to arrange the wedding with the priest, explaining that his mother had always wanted a second wedding with his father. Now that he was gone, he wanted to make her wish come true. He also told the priest that his mother had been struggling mentally and believed that this wedding might heal her. The priest commended Leonardo for being such a caring son. Leonardo intended to bring up the golden nugget during the wedding vows, counting on Veneta's joy to lower her guard. At last, the wedding day arrived, and Veneta's face beamed with happiness as if illuminated by a heavenly glow. Leonardo, however, looked unusual in his tuxedo. His face betrayed an unsettling glint of greed that was hard to ignore. Everything was proceeding smoothly until it came time to exchange rings. Then, Veneta asked Leonardo to remove his hat, a simple, innocent request with no suspicion behind it. Knowing that refusing would seem odd, Leonardo reluctantly took it off, praying she wouldn't recognize him. But he was mistaken. The moment he removed the hat, Veneta gasped, her scream filling the room. In an instant, she recognized her son, and with that shock, all her memories flooded back. Her husband's death and the lengths her son had gone to for the gold nugget. She stood there, unable to believe the betrayal before her. Heartbroken, Veneta ran out of the church, devastated. Humiliated by his actions, Leonardo fled, disappearing without a trace. With clarity restored, Veneta began visiting her husband's grave regularly, finding solace in these quiet moments. She also revised her will, ensuring Leonardo would inherit nothing. Once, she and her husband had planned to leave him half of their fortune, but his greed had cost him everything. Truly, impatience and greed are the twin enemies of success. I'm really keen to know your thoughts on this story, so please don't hesitate to share your insights in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and found it engaging, I invite you to subscribe to our channel for more similar content. Feel free to share this video. Take good care of yourselves, and I'm excited to connect with you in our future videos.